Uh, hey guys. So today I'm going to be talking to you about one of our previous papers we had in linear algebra. So this one's a 2019 paper. Uh, I'm sorry about the quality of the video, but let's just try and bear with me about how it's going, all right? I'll quickly read the question for you. So just ignore this bit, it's not that important. Scratch it off. Let's start from here. So it says, Alex wishes to find the maximum value for the function f is equal to 55x plus a 125y. So this is important for us. This is subject to the information given below. So this function has to follow certain parameters given here. So let's go ahead and see what these are. Line A is already drawn on the axis on the resource sheet. So they haven't given us the equation for line A, but they've given us the graph. So I'll take out the graph here. So the graph looks something like this. So if possible, just pause the video for a moment and then just take a look at it. Basically, it's a line which is sloping downwards. So if you have the equation y is equal to mx plus c, so I'll write that here. If you have y equals mx plus c, your m in this case is negative. But by what value? How do you know by what value? In other words, you're trying to look at the step. In this case, it's reducing by one step, because for every 10 on the x-axis, it's jumping down by 10 on the y-axis. So my m here is going to be -1. What is my c? My c is nothing but when my x is 0, the value of y. In our case, it is 100. So the equation for this line is going to be y is equal to -1x plus 100. So let's go back to our question paper. Let's look at this line. So it says resource page. So here my equation is going to be y is equal to -1x plus 100. Next, he's given me line B, and it has an equation. Y is equal to -12x plus 58. Well and good. Line C has a slope of -1/3 and a y-intercept of 50. Pretty straightforward. So y equals mx plus c. In this case, y is equal to negative. My m is 1/3 x plus my intercept is 50. So they've given me all the three equations. Let's go ahead and read what they're asking. All three lines must be drawn on the axis on the resource page. So sweet. So we need to draw these lines. By investigating coordinates of all the intersections of the three lines and the function f is equal to 55x plus 125y, state which intercept gives the maximum value for f. So our intention here, this is basically for achieve. Our intention for achieve is to find out f max. Let's read further. Investigate and explain with justification what adjustments could be made to the function f is equal to 55x plus 125y so that the maximum value occurs at one of the other points of intersection. Very important. Here, after you find out your f max, they want you to change this equation, that is f is equal to 55x plus 125, to suit any of the given coordinates. We'll get to this as we're solving, all right? So this is our question. Now, the first thing that I would like to do once I have this question with me is write it down as given data. So let me come here quickly. Let me write given. So what's given to me? F is equal to 55x plus 125y. My equations I'll write as y1 is equal to -x plus 100. My y2 is given. I'll quickly flip to the page. It's -12 plus 58. So it's -12 plus 58. Similarly, my y3 is -1/3 x plus 50. So these three equations are given to me. The first thing that I can do here is he's asking me about this part. Draw. he's asking you to draw the function. So the first thing that I would be doing is I would be going on to Desmos. I'll quickly write the link here. So it's www.desmos.com. Go into Desmos, click graphing, and go in and put these three equations on the left-hand side tab bar. I've done it, and I've printed out the sheet myself. So that'll give me something that looks like this. So I've written line A, line B, and line C. You can pause this video for now and try it out yourself and come back and then look at what's happening after this. Okay, so let's continue. Once you've got the given, you need to start working for your achieve. In your achieve, they've given you a very clear statement. The statement here says, by investigating coordinates of all the intersections of the three lines and the function f is equal to 55x plus 125y, state which intercept gives the maximum value of f. In other words, all they want you to do here is they want you to look at your graph and figure out where your points intersect in the first place. I find one point over here. Let me call this as, say, A. I find another point here, let's say B. And I find another point here, which is C. Now, the good thing about Desmos is every time you put your cursor exactly on these points, it gives you the coordinates of x and y. You could pause the video for now and just go back and check for these coordinates. What I'll do here is I'll write the table for these coordinates. So here, my first coordinate for intersection is going to be 84 and 16, 48 and 34, 75 and 25. So these three are the points of intersections, points A, B, and C. Once you do this, once you figure out your three coordinate points of intersections, you need to find out which one of these intersecting coordinates give you the maximum value for f. In other words, what I'll do is I'll write these as points of intersection, because we have 3 points of intersection. Now, my f is equal to 55x plus 125y. All I need to do now is create a table. So I'll call this as 84, 16, intersection 1, intersection 2 is 48, 25, and intersection 3 is 75, 25. F value. What is my f value here going to be? F is going to be 55 times, what is my x value here? It's 84 plus 125 times 16, because this is your x value, this is your y value. That's what you're trying to find out. Similarly, let's do the same here. F is equal to 55 times 48 plus 125 times, it's actually 34 if I'm not wrong. That's my mistake. And here it's going to be 55 times 75 plus 125 times 25. Put this in your calculators and you'll be getting your different f values. You can pause the video if you want and then do it yourself, or just take a look at these numbers. So this is going to give me 6620. This one's going to be, I think, 6890. 6890. And this one's going to give me 7250. So this is very, very important right now. If you take a look at these three numbers, that is 6620, 6890, and 7250, they are the values of the function. For A, for achieve, what do they want you to find out? The point of intersection where f is maximum. In other words, for this value, my coordinates that relate to it are these. So your answer is going to be your answer is going to be F max is equal to 7250 at the points are 75, 25. So that answers your achieve. Now the interesting bit. They want you to investigate this function, f is equal to 55x plus 125y, and they want you to change or adjust this entire function so that you can get maximum values at the other 2 points of intersection. So what I'll do first is I'll write my basic equation. Let me do this as m and e. All right. So my equation for the function is f is equal to 55x plus 125y. The first thing I'll be doing here is writing this in the form y equals mx plus c. So rearranging this entire function. So 125y is equal to negative 55x plus f. Or my y is equal to negative 55x over 125 plus f over 125. If you take a look at this equation, right? If you take a look at this draft equation, it's telling me that my current slope is equal to negative 55 over 125. And for this particular slope, my maximum value of f occurs, okay? F max occurs at my coordinate 75, 25. But what are they asking you to do here? They're asking you to find out the new adjusted value for m, or the new equation where you could change your point of intersection. So let's say, for example, I want to find out the new value where the maximum value of f occurs for points number 84, 16. So to do this, what I'll do is I'll take this 84, 16, my new reference point, and tag it along with the old reference point, because this is my base for f value. For my current f value, for my current slope value, this is the coordinate. So I need to compare both these values. What I need to do now is use both these coordinates and find out the new slope. So for this, what we'll be doing is we'll be using 2-point slope formula, which is called m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. In other words, this is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. So all I'll be doing is putting these two values into my equation. So this will give me 25 minus 16 divided by 75 minus 84. So what does this do? It gives me a 9 divided by negative 9, or in other words, it's negative 1. So if I go back to this universal equation for f, to change it to the new form, you need to put y is equal to negative 1x plus f over 125. This adjustment will give me the maximum value for f, not at 75 and 25, but at intersection 84 and 16. I can similarly do the same thing for the other two intersects, that is 48 and 34. So let's try that. So 48 and 34, I'll have to reference it back to the old equation, which is 75, 25. Let's use the same logic. So m is equal to, this time I'm not writing my x1, y1, I'm doing it directly. So if you want, you can pause the video and try it out yourself. So I'll do 25 minus 34 divided by 75 minus 48. If I simplify this, I will be getting, let me quickly do this on my calculator, I'll be getting negative 1 by 3. So this is going to be my next slope. So in this case, my new formula is going to be y is equal to negative 1 by 3x plus f over 125. So if I come back here to my question paper, this answers my A. For my M and E, it's going to be at 84, 16, y is equal to negative 1x plus f over 125. And similarly at 40, 48, 34, my y is equal to negative 1 by 3x plus f over 125. I know this sounds a little complicated, but with practice, you'll actually find this to be a very simple and easy task. I hope you're finding this to be challenging and fun. I know it's hard times, but let's try and stick to this together, all right? See you in the next video.